Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn Let's Play. And today we're going to be going to Cape Westwind. As I said before, I'd like to get my main story nailed down, at least get to Castrum, or, something like that, Praetorium, and then at some point when I feel like doing dungeons, we'll go to the other ones. But this is a pretty easy trial, but you can wipe on it easily if your off-tank in particular doesn't pick up the ads like ours didn't the first couple times. But he was new, he didn't know where the ads were coming from, so he didn't pick them up as soon as he could have. And he was, to put it slightly, a bit undergeared. But, let's enjoy this fight, and enjoy the awesome music that, you're not going to get to hear all that often. Right, well, you can pretty much see how that fight went. It was a bunch of ads, but basically, if you have more than 3,000 HP, just sit on the boss and do as much damage as you can. It's not a difficult trial. Just, hopefully the off-tank knows how to use Flash or Overpower or whatever the Dark Knight equivalent is, and you win! Seriously, just do that if you're an off-tank. It's enough. Okay, now I know you're probably thinking, why are we, watching you do questing? I thought you weren't, not gonna do that. Oh, and by the way, make sure you watch where you're going, so you don't just walk into a level 50 thing. That's not good. But yeah, what I'm going to be doing here is the main story quest, because, well, to be honest, we have company over, and I don't have a whole lot of time to be playing, so this is about as much as I could do today. And since, maintenance is going to be on tomorrow night, this is about all I got time for. I don't have time for an entire dungeon run right now, man. Oh, how I yearn for the days where I had, 8 hours a day to play MMORPGs. I really miss those days. But that's, yesteryear. Actually, that was more like decade a year. No. Wait, I think I just made that term up and it's not even factually correct. Anyway. Yeah. By the way, I think that for that white mage to my left is, one of the guys in the Westwind we were just in. So, yay, Hyperion! Brothers unite! Or was that a female character? I think that was a male character. I never really looked nor really care, but yay, UJ! You kept my butt alive, man. Because I really used Second Wind very terribly there. Because I thought it was that big 2300 move. Turns out I used Second Wind on 100 HP. Crappy little hit. I should have used Bloodbath. Anyway, we're going to be going on the main story quest. I'm not going to be trying to narrate every single time we go to another place. That is pretty obvious what I'm doing and where I'm doing it, but I guess it's just another time for me to talk about what I'm planning on doing on this character. But let me just put this right now. I'm in no hurry. Absolutely no hurry to get to 60. I want to get to 60, don't get me wrong, but I'm not in the rush, oh god, I have to, do everything now, and I'm one of those people that, the The biggest thing of an MMO for me is the journey. I want to enjoy my time, you know, leveling up. I'm not going to be doing it optimally. I'm not going to. I already know that. But it's just the way I want to do things, and that's the way I'm going to do it, darn it. And sometimes I'm not going to skip cutscenes because I was too busy talking and forgot to do it. Anyway, it shouldn't really matter. I mean, if you want the vague storyline here, it's a bunch of people, like, the big final battle's coming up and everybody's scared. So our job is to go and play mommy, or daddy, depending on your gender. In this case, it's daddy. Seriously, they're like, oh god, we got to go into battle. Please fix us something to eat. But you thought I was joking. No, I'm not joking. That's our next quest. Go fetch some basilisk meat, and then go and frickin' make it in a stew. Boil it in a stew. Why don't you just mash it while you're at it? But before all that, yeah, I'm not the most efficient quester. So, I mean, this is all post-commentary. I don't remember exactly what I did, but I fooled around a lot, and I sold these. I really should not have sold these. Ideally, what you should do for those is just sell them on the auction house, or the market board. But this was one of those situations where I was like, dude, I just want inventory space. Screw the money involved. I don't care. It is not the optimal thing to do, this. But, yeah, we never do everything optimally, or at least I never do everything optimally. Maybe that's my weakness as an MMO player. I'm lazy. But for those that are new to Final Fantasy XIV, and you're just 50, and by the way, I apparently got the card from Cape Westwind. I don't know if that's particularly rare or not. And to be honest, I never really even notice when I pick up cards, as noted by the two I had in my inventory there. But now I have them, so yay, Triple Triad, which I never play, yay. I mean, I like Triple Triad. I loved it in Final Fantasy VIII. I love that. I used to sit there playing Triple Triad literally just for hours just to do it, because it was fun. So yeah, go kill 3 of these, go get the whatever. Yeah, this is not new, this is not exciting, this is why I usually don't show the questing in games, in MMOs like this, but you know, compared to how much damage I was doing before, you can definitely tell a big difference with the 115 item level weapon, even though it's really closer to item level 90. I can't overstress that enough. Because the best thing you can do, well, I don't want to say the best thing to do. You don't have to buy the item level 115 weapon from the market board. It's a nice boost if you do it, but you don't have to do it. I think they give you a weapon, I just don't know when in the storyline they give it to you. But if you want to be safe, then just buy it. I think it was like 30,000. I think you can buy them off the vendor in Ishgard for like, what, 25? So, as long as you're not buying it for an obscene amount of money off the market board, it's worth it. Alright, I remember what I did here. I joined this fate because I'm like, well, crap, dude, I'm right in the area anyway, and I'm getting XP toward 51, might as well, right? But it doesn't matter, because I don't think this really made the whole thing take a whole lot longer, except the part where it apparently is. I'm still trying to learn how to use my flippin' rock breaker on more than one thing, because it is hard for me to aim rock breaker. I don't know why, because I guess it's just because there's no visual area telling me this is how big the AoE is. Oh, by the way, Northern Thanalin, get used to that crap if you're in here very often, because Northern Thanalin is a train of players at any given time during the day. Seriously, this is like a small crowd on Hyperion during, you know, even at 2:30 in the morning. This is a small crowd in Northern Thanalin compared to what it normally is in a Fate group. And this is just one of those, oh damn it. I didn't even know those things spawn there, but hell, I might as well just keep them here from the AoE down. I don't want to just run and, you know, reset the whole thing so they have to wait there. That's just being a douche. You don't do that. And throw in an AoE or two to get the full credit. You know how it works, if you're lazy. Because, to be honest, you know, staying in a Fate till it's done, 100 to 0, is not very efficient. Just so you know that in the future. It's a douche thing to do, go in, hit 6 things, and then wait for them to kill them all and leave, but it's the most efficient way to do it. That's just the way it is. I wish it wasn't, but it is. It's a far sight better than World of Warcraft's system and things like that, like competing with your fellow players. So I'm just spoiled by 14. Anyway, now that we've gotten the basilisk meat, well, we already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go cook it, boil it in a stew. Actually, I don't think that's the right terminology. Anyway, we're going to do that. Now, my other plans are to get Trial Roulette unlocked as soon as I can after I... Well, no. My first priority is probably to get the Grand Company hunting log, which is Karn, and then Dismail Darkhold, and then Aurum Vale. Because I think you have to do Aurum Vale for a quest for your Grand Company to get max rank. If I'm right. I might not be right. I hope I'm not right, because I don't want to go into Aurum Vale any more than anybody else does. Because that's a hellhole of a dungeon from what I can put together. I mean, it's not that bad if you know the mechanics from what I understand, which I do know the mechanics. It's just, I don't like trusting 3 other people to know the mechanics, but that's what I gotta do. It's an MMO. You gotta learn to trust your fellow player, and that scares the crap out of me. Because if you've seen half the people in MMOs that I have, you don't trust a single person unless you know them personally. That's just the way it is in MMOs for me. Like, I've seen gladiators, literal gladiators at level 50 before, and I just go, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just not gonna say anything because I don't want to be that guy. I mean, I should have been that guy, but... Alright, me not knowing where the hell it is. But you're gonna run into people that just don't do as much research. I do a lot of research, and I realize that, and that I don't try and make everybody else do the same amount of research, because that's just not gonna happen. But yeah, it's from what I can tell, those dungeons, the bosses are the hardest parts. And there you go, I got full credit even though I had no business getting full. Actually, is that full or is that bronze? I think that's gold because that's 14,000 experience. Anyway. Oh man, at least I did that. The Eyes Have It, Fate, and Central Quarthus Highlands. I know how coin counter works now. So that's good. Even though I believe in Aurum Vale, they don't put the AoE marker on the ground, so you gotta actually pay attention. But, yeah, I'm gonna have to do those 3 dungeons. And because you basically have to for your Grand Company, from what I understand. And to be honest, I don't even know if doing the free company stuff's really even worth it at this point. But I'm gonna do it just to be a completionist because I have to do it. Because if I don't do it, I'm gonna go, you know, I really should go do that. But my biggest hurdle right now is just finding a time to play for 90 minutes at a time. Because Duty Finder, you got to allot 90 minutes, plus however long it takes you to get in there. You don't just assume it's going to be a 20-minute speed run. Not unless you want to have bitter, soul-crushing disappointment greet you on the other end. You never assume a speed run in Duty Finder. I always assume the slowest, most incompetent group imaginable. And then when I get a good group, I'm happy. And then when I get a really terrible group, I don't really care because I expected it. That's what you gotta do. Negative, oh crap, what's the word? Negative expectations. That's the key to success in Duty Finder. Trust me, you'll keep your sanity a lot longer if you don't assume everybody to be competent. Don't assume people will read their maneuvers, they don't, a lot of times. So just get used to it. Because you're gonna see a lot of ice mages. It burns my insides every time I see an ice mage. And for anybody who's never played a Thaumaturge, don't be an Ice Mage. Ice Mage is terrible. Oh man, I'm not gonna get into the intricacies of the Thaumaturge class because that's all I am is a level 17 Thaumaturge. I'm nothing special, but I mean, if you don't use Astral Fire, you're a bad Black Mage. I don't want to be that guy, but it's a bad thing. You don't be an Ice Mage like I've seen so many be. But yes, I mean, to be fair, the dungeons in this game are not particularly difficult. You can get through it if you have a couple bad players in a dungeon. You just have to have at least like 1 or 2 good players. It really helps if the good players are the healer and the tank, but you don't need to, you know... If you're a DPS, it can actually be more difficult if you're good and your tank's bad. But yeah, it's just one of those things you just gotta learn how to deal with. Bad tanks, you gotta learn to deal with. Bad healers? Well, I don't really have to deal with bad healers, a tank does, but by extension I do then, but... It seems like half the time I end up talking about Duty Finder, I just tell you, like, horror stories of my bad moments, don't I? In my duty roulette. Like, I don't do roulette that often, but when I have, it's been miserable. I don't know why. Ice mages, ahoy. Thunder mages, that's even rarer and a lot worse. Thunder mages. I've ran into gladiators at level 41. I've ran into... oh goodness. I don't know if Doton, that big circle AoE that ninjas have, I don't think that's good on one target, but I see ninjas do that all the time. From what little I know about the ninja class, I would probably end up using like Huton, but I don't know a lot about the ninja. I don't presume to know anything about it. I don't want to tell anybody you're wrong, because I don't know, but you're gonna see all kinds of players in Duty Finder, folks, if you use Duty Finder. So, if you want to have, you know, structured runs, get a free company. Don't be stubborn like me. I'm stubborn when it comes to free companies, and it's not a good trait. Because in every other MMO I've ever played, and yes, you gotta psych up everybody because they're wusses, in every, like, free company guild I've ever been in an MMO, you know how I got into the guild, or got into the free company or whatever? It's by running a dungeon with people, and they said, wow, you're not terrible. You want to join us? Okay. Because I realized, wow, these people aren't terrible either. But since Final Fantasy XIV has Duty Finder, I'm just lazy and don't try and network with anybody. So, that's not good. I should probably go do that. Of course, the moment I get a free company is the moment, like, the next day I'm going to have, like, 20 videos out because I'm going to do, like, them all in one night. So, well, probably not. I'll probably spread them out, but I don't know. I'm just not a very sociable person, because every time a free company, like, invite comes in my way, if you didn't send me a tell beforehand, I'm just declining it. I hate out of nowhere invites. And even if you send me a, you know, how are you doing? I notice you don't have a free company, all that, I'm usually just going to say no, because I don't know you. So I don't know if I want to join your free company. For all I know, you might be a totally cool people, but you might not be. That and the fact that they usually always tell me to go apply, and I don't apply for things unless it's like an in-game raid. That's just my old school raider talking, like, I'm not applying for Jack unless it's for a raid spot, okay? That's the way it works. And I'm stubborn like that, that's not good. So, you know, be social, don't be like me. Join a good free company, friendly. I mean, in all honesty, you should probably join a casual free company at first, because they usually have the XP buff up. And that helps you level a bit faster. I don't remember how much the XP thing is on overworld mobs, but if you're leveling, you know, every little bit of XP work is helpful. But now that I've gotten off of free company politics and, you know, things that you probably don't care, like, why should I join what you tell me to join? I don't want... I'm just saying, it helps mitigate some of the risk in Duty Finder if you have a good free company. So, if you want to retain your sanity, or if you just like the challenge of Duty Finder groups, by all means, don't join a free company, it's on you. It's just I'm the one complaining, and I know I'm the one that's keeping me in this situation. It's, yeah, off of my own personal shortcomings and stupidity aside. I think we're almost done, because I think it's after this, we go up there, we talk to Robon, or I don't remember the dude's name, I want to say Infernal Flames. I don't think that's their name. Eternal Flames, I think, is the faction's actual name. I think he's up there as soon as we kill these 6 things. By the way, I can't stand fate parties. It's like the most... ugh. I get mad, because every time I try and join a fate party, it's always full in the party finder. It's like, oh, curses. If I came here like 2 minutes earlier, I would have had a spot in a fate party. So then I gotta try and get full credit, and it's hard to do if you're not in the party. Being in a fate party is a lot more efficient than being by yourself at a fate, especially if it's a heavily contested area like Northern Thanalin like here is, because the way it works is every mob that everybody in that party kills, obviously you get a share of the pie. If you're just by yourself, then that's not near as much XP. And never noticed I got that thing to do the hokey pokey like that while still hitting my positionals. That's actually pretty awesome. And I gotta tell you, I really do like how powerful I feel now. And I know some people are gonna say I hit harder than that on my level 40 Dragoon, and you're probably right, you do. But I hit a hell of a lot faster. That's the DPS I like. I like a lot of small numbers. I'm also a crit whore. I like a lot of small crits. Which I know some people say, just make a bard. I have made a bard, thank you very much. I like the bard. because I like being a battery. That sounds bad, but I do like being able to, like the MP-TP battery, especially now that they gave the TP bars on the left. But, yeah, this is how you unlock Rock the Castrum Meridian. I don't remember what the dungeon's actually called, but this is the first big 8-man dungeon. Like, Westwind was the first 8-man trial, but as long as your off-tank is not new in such a way that he doesn't know how to pick up ads, it's really easy. Because as soon as our warrior tank decided, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna pick up the ads, we did it one try. That's just, you gotta have you gotta work around certain players' deficiencies in tanking, or whatever you. Rock the Castrum, that's the quest. To unlock the Castrum, whatever the heck, I can't remember the name of it. So that's gonna be it for today. Now that we've unlocked Castrum, whatever the heck, well, let's see here. Castrum Meridianum, or Meridianum? Meridianum, that's the one. That's what we're gonna call it. That's gonna be it for today, guys. So hopefully this helped you unlock Castrum Meridianum, or wherever the heck Yes, I'm gonna stop trying to pronounce that. But thank you guys very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you next time. Farewell, everyone. Until next time.